Oh, goody.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Zombies here again, and today we're back with another Marvel Stat video. So in this one, we are taking another look at Thanos Zoo. So if you haven't seen some gameplay with Thanos by now, you might not know, but probably the most effective way to use Thanos is actually not to focus on the big purple man himself, but really focusing on these stones. So all the different stones here are very, very powerful cards, and they make a lot of sense in a zoo style deck. So a bunch of different versions of this going around. This is the one I've been tweaking around, and I'm pretty happy with where I've ended up with it. Though I will mention some substitutions here, as this is rather expensive of a list when it comes to the pool 5 cards included. So let's take a look at those first. We have Valkyrie and we have Bast here. Now, if you have to pick between one of these two cards to go with your Thanos, it's going to be Bast. Bast is the correct choice. I think Bast gives the deck a bigger power boost than Valkyrie does. I think Valkyrie does have some nice applications where she can be very useful, but it is by no means a card that you need to have in order for this deck to work. And frankly, the same is kind of true with Bast. You can honestly play Thanos Zoo without either of those other Series 5 cards, just having Thanos, and you will probably do pretty well with it. I played Thanos Zoo before I had access to those cards, and it still performed pretty well for me. So if you're just looking for something to play with Thanos, you can definitely make some substitutions here. I would probably just focus on maybe a bounce effect like Beast or Falcon, but I think Beast is kind of the better option there, or just stuff that kind of goes with the natural gameplay here, just maybe another good 1-drop. I was trying Iceman for a little bit, and he seemed pretty decent for the disruption. Just generally good zoo-style cards if you don't have access to these, but if you do have access to them, Bast is really, really nice for bumping up your power to 3. It basically buffs the power of almost everything in our deck. The only things it doesn't buff here are Khazar and Thanos, which it obviously makes smaller. But we're not playing Thanos a whole lot of the time, and a lot of the time Thanos isn't going to be in your hand when you have Bast, so it's not too much of an issue. Quinjet, really, really important in this deck because you want to make your stones cost 0. That's a big part of why the Thanos Zoo is super good, because playing these very powerful 1-cost cards for 0 is pretty insane. I found Ant-Man is really nice because we are often filling up our board, and he's especially good, as well as Mojo with Valkyrie, because we can set all the cards in a lane to 3 power, and then they'll get that active ongoing boost to put us ahead of our opponents. Alternatively, you could play Valkyrie and then play a 1-drop after her if it's bigger stats, but generally Ant-Man and Mojo here have been really, really good in the Valk lanes. Other than that, Angela really benefits from us playing all this small stuff. Having the blue stone be able to move stuff around is really nice with her. Carnage helps us keep our own board clean of things we do not want, whether that be from locations or if we're just getting a little bit too full on our stones. Armor helps protect one of our lanes against Killmonger stuff, which is relevant sometimes. Bishop, huge payoff for playing all these cheap 1-cost stuff. Khazar buffs most of our board. Blue Marvel buffs pretty much all of our board. And these can both help with a Valk lane as well. So we have a lot of ways to make use of the Valk lane. Valk's really nice because she helps us surprise take a lane during turn 5 or turn 6 that the opponent does not think we will have a way of winning if they have like a really big card there. They don't expect an effect like this from Zoo, and I think it takes a lot of people off guard. And then obviously Thanos, you can't really play Thanos Zoo without Thanos because you need all the stones. So that's our deck here. I really like it. I think this is one of those like tier 2-ish decks that has quite a bit of success, even though it's not like a top tier deck. I think it does pretty well. And right now, especially with all the leader and leech going around, I think this is actually a really, really good deck to queue into those styles of deck, as they don't really do a whole lot to stop us from winning the game on the final turns. So we're going to get right on into the gameplay here. Before we do, if you enjoy this type of content, remember to like and subscribe. It's a ton to help out the channel. Keeps the videos coming. Without further ado, let's get into the games. Climbing wasn't getting anywhere, and then just kind of changed what I was doing and it worked better. What are we doing? We could gain a lot time stone stuff and get rid of the bar. That's pretty cool. Fuck me. Annoying. Okay, wait. Alright, idea. This could be really funny, actually. Play this here. We get copies of this, and then we change it. I'm gonna just dump this with stones, maybe. And just fill their lane, and then we'll just play a big thing. Would be a very troll move. Oh, we can't give him that stone. Oh shit, alright. Well, that's also pretty fine. Alright, well, filling him with stones now doesn't seem very worth it. That's okay though. We'll save this Angela. Play this. Play this. We'll just protect our lane, I think. Yeah, the stones got big. So we are no longer gonna give them the stones. Oh, do they have a they have a thing for Death's Domain? Jubilee? No, it's turn 3. Oh, Storm. Okay. It's possible we beat Storm. Oh boy. Do we just... Well, it's turn 4. I don't think we need to play this yet, because it doesn't cycle. We don't have enough board space for the rest of the stones. I guess we could draw Carnage. Blue Marvel's great, though. They could win. It is possible. Tiger and Odin, probably. If they filled this with tigers, they'd have 6, 12, they'd have 24, but we'd have a mojo boost, so I'm pretty sure we win with just slamming the big man. I really do love the Thanos Zoo deck. It's not like exceptional, but man, when it works, it's so freaking cool. Oh, this is going to be something. Give him the Quinjet? Give him the Tiger. We still win though, right? Yeah. I was kind of creative. Snap? I don't like snapping at the final turn usually, because a lot of times they just leave. I'm putting it up tomorrow as a video. We hit it last night. I basically I have a here, you can check. I know you don't have a Twitter, but you might be able to, you can probably still view it. These are the decks I used. So those are the decks. The Shuri deck was awesome. I played some of the Toxic Leech Leader, and then I finished with Patriot. I think Patriot's really well positioned right now. Oh, Mojo's really good. I guess we could start with the stone. No, we're just gonna play the fucking Mojo. Guess we'll move this over here. Case of Carnage.
This land can never be fully known.
I think they're gonna need to change the card acquisition. I think that's the big thing that's gonna have to change. And I think they're going to realize that when the pool 3 players finish pool 3. Like, launch pool 3 players, when they finish pool 3, I think there's going to be a very rude awakening about the progression system for new cards. Hopefully by then we have an understanding of how long it takes for cards to rotate out, because that's like super duper important. Oh, we got a dinosaur. It's kind of good. Yeah, the Patriot decks here. I have all 3 decks posted there. So, what are we doing? Probably this. Refills a card. We can... Yeah, it seems fine. Yeah, the Death Knight thing was really, really stupid. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. I'm just gonna X this. Wow, a lot of people interacted with that tweet. I didn't really notice. 100 likes. Well, they did have something to play here. It was one of our cards. White Queen. White Queen's not enough, right? Yeah. I think they did their math wrong. They could have my blue Marvel, though. In which case they did not do their math wrong. I did see the Trollden video. I did see that. That was really amusing. Nice leader, bro. And I think people are not playing a lot of the stuff that's probably good against it. But the problem is that some of the reason for that is people don't have some of the cards. Like, there are, like, you could just play basic ass Zoo, but nobody who's still acquiring cards kind of wants to do that, it seems, which is understandable. Yeah, so it's kind of interesting, and that's one thing I noticed, is that when you're not really acquiring cards because you're done with pool 3, cards are so rare, you don't really get excited about opening or like leveling your collection thing anymore. Like, when I was still getting pool 3 cards, it was super fun and exciting. And now that they're trying to like artificially extend it to the point where it really is like they repackaged Nexus events in a slightly less shitty way. Or not, maybe that's not even the right way to say it, in a slightly less like objectively pay to win way, I guess is a better way of saying it. But like it's very strange, yeah. Are we playing all the stones? We might. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I think it's not as bad as Nexus because Nexus was like more pay to win, but it's not good because it's just like, well, now it's not like super pay to win, but now just like nobody gets the card, or you'll have like a small group of people who have the tokens and get the card. And it's going to be weird for making content about the game because you're going to have people, different creators are only going to be able to showcase, like, they're not going to be able to showcase all the cards. It just doesn't seem possible. We draw our orange stone here. We get to do the Thanos thing. The opponent is rude. What do they have here? It's dinosaur, right? What's the easiest way to beat dinosaur here? Probably this. Well, you can play it without debris. It's just better with debris. You could just slam Cyclops in there. Yeah, and they basically obscure the cost through the layers of you know, currencies in a way. Free starter tokens wore off. I knew like people were gonna have different feelings about, like, pool 5 system is just like, it could be okay if they rotated down quickly, but I don't know if they're gonna do that. Like, I don't think they're going to do that. I think they should do that. Not sure if they will. So let me answer the deck question. Don't have debris, invisible woman, or wasp. Yeah, you can still. So the two things you need to play Patriot generally are Patriot and Mystique. In my opinion, everything else can be changed. I think Ultron is a really big boost to the deck, even though he's not necessarily required. Invisible Woman's kind of tech. I like it, but like it's not super needed because there's not much Enchantress. Surprised I don't play Brood. Yeah, it just kind of worked. I don't know. It was a little weak on the 3 spot, but it just kind of worked. Frankly, though, Invisible Woman wasn't amazing because there's like no Enchantress around. It was mostly just a bluff card, so you could probably throw in Brood over her if you are so inclined. Might be better because she was. I did not feel as impressed with her as I normally did. Oh wait, no, we can do this. But yeah, Brood would also be good in that 3-drop roll if you have Brood. Patriot's just in a good spot right now, I think. Cards can only be played here. Okay. We need to play this. I think we just want to be mana efficient. Ooh, that's pretty fucking rude. We're believers here. Two. Yeah, I find really I think it's really the leader causing. Well, it's not just leader. There's another aspect to it, and it's basically the new cards made a few archetypes really powerful, and all of those archetypes can kind of get fucked by Leech Leader. Like, Deathwave has entirely almost vanished, which is crazy because it was seeing a ton of play because She-Hulk was popular and powerful, and she also gets fucked by Leech Leader. I think we win. Oops, indeed.
Victory.
To run Mr. Sinister, but I think if you have Brood, Brood is just like strictly better. Mysterio is also not a bad pick if you have that card. Those are some of the pool 3 ones that are like also good inclusions. Valkyrie or Shuri? Depends, but generally, I think Shuri is a better card. I think Shuri is a stronger card, and they go in usually pretty different decks, though, so it depends what kind of deck you enjoy, but I would probably pick Shuri. I only got Valkyrie recently, though, so we're still kind of testing her out. Yeah, the Mysterio clones do get buffed, which is cool. This is really fucking awkward. I hate this location. Playing Thanos. Yeah, so I had her pinned for a long time. Oh wait, we can play them because there's 0. We can play them because there's 0. Oh man, if that stole Quinjet, I would have been so pissed. I feel like they changed how locations randomize. How do you mean? So, feed the Carnage. Oh, we can't even really feed the Carnage if we wanted a chance at Thanos, but we have 7 cards. It's pretty unlikely we'd get it anyway. Well, we're not going for the Thanos stream, I guess. Let's do this. Yeah, I think some people are getting like super heated about the bundles, and I think that's really not the the bigger of the issues. I think the card acquisition, like, oh fuck me, I can't play this in the middle now. Ugh. That's so bad. Lockjaw? What the fuck? Surfer? Ironheart? This is a Hail Mary if I've ever seen one. Nice, Mr. Negative.
Victory.
Waste their resources most of the time. And that can lead to some stagnation in terms of like metagame you see and stuff like that. I'm just gonna do this. We're gonna feed this Carnage. Because if they release, like, let's say that they're releasing, you know, 4 more cards next month, and one of those cards is clearly better than the rest of them, everyone's gonna go for that same card, and you're not gonna see the other ones as much. You can get rid of boosters, the collection level and season pass, replace them with wild card boosters. The M'Baku problem, yeah. Poor M'Baku owners, I feel for you. Yeah, so collector's tokens come so slowly if you're finishing pool 3, and then even after you finish, it's not that much faster. And it doesn't feel faster because you're not getting cards. Oh fuck, I fucked up the Carnage there. Oops. Whoops. It's a bit of a mistake. I guess getting a copy is pretty good. We can move this. We'll leave it. Should we leave it? I think we should. Oh yeah. I think, I mean, I wouldn't be playing the game as much as I have if I don't think the game is good. I think that's actually part of why people get frustrated, is because, like, they dislike... Oh, fuck. They dislike these, because a lot of these are, like, mobile game practices, right? Like, it's not a secret. It's just, what a lot of mobile games do. And people really like it, but a lot of people aren't really into mobile games usually, so it comes off as a very foreign concept. But the game is great. I very much enjoy the game. Otherwise, I wouldn't be playing it a lot. The gameplay is very enjoyable, and I think they have a lot of room to expand on it. We gotta pull something out of here. It's probably just this. Kind of wondering if we just hold. Guess we do this. I want to draw a card. I don't want to fill up my lanes. No Thanos, sad. What are we doing? We have mana. Yeah, exactly. If it wasn't a great game, people wouldn't waste time being like upset about it, right? That makes sense. So we're not fighting for this lane. We're fighting for these two. They're gonna play like fucking Ultron probably in one of these lanes. How do we beat Ultron? We're already beating Ultron if they play it here. So we need to beat it in this lane. So that's if they fill it up. Just do this. We'll just play Ant-Man in the middle because it's the highest power. If they play the Ultron here... it gets buff by 2. Fine. Oh, they play Ultron in the middle. Interesting. It still loses. Woo, we did it.